Women will want men arrested for leaving them broke and homeless. So we're heading into a very terrible period right now. Women are rapidly becoming homeless alongside the boomers, another generation of narcissists, another group of narcissists, and they are infuriated by this and lashing out on social media as inflation, sky high prices, and men walking away, as well as men going their own way, are resulting in them finding themselves candidates for Tyrone 10 City. Today's video comes from Soraya. Her channel will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go check her out and support her. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of men walking away from society, men going their own way, and how women are panicking and what that panic will ultimately lead to going into the future. Don't forget to check us out on Rumble. You never really know what can happen on this platform, so our Rumble's linked in the description of the video so that you can go sign up to our Rumble so you'll never lose access to Angry Guy. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video after a word from Angry's Crypto Academy. So, guys, you know everything that's happening right now. Hard times have arrived. The ATMs will stop working. Banks will chain the doors. Protect your wealth and safeguard your future with crypto. Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. Don't miss out. The Academy is linked in the description below. And now let's jump into the video.
Passport Bros phenomenon. If you don't know, Passport Bro is a black man who's decided that dating black women in America is too hard for him, so he needs to go out of the country and take his business elsewhere.
So when a black man starts traveling the world in order to find a fitting partner or even a wife, it becomes a problem. Matter of fact, it becomes a crime, because now you have all these women making all these videos circulating all over the internet, and they are talking about these Passport Bros. And let me tell you, it is not pleasant. They are calling these men broke. They are saying that they are not fit to have a relationship with women from the US. They are saying that these men have low self-esteem and no money, obviously. But when in fact you have white men traveling to other countries for centuries in order to find wives, to bring them back to their home country. And nobody says anything. It's crickets. Everybody is minding their business. Honestly, sometimes it seems like that a black man is not supposed to find peace and happiness. And these women always say that they don't care about these men leaving the countries. And if they wouldn't care really, there would not be a single video on the internet. In today's video, we are going to talk about modern Western women and men, yes, I said men, who don't like the Passport Bro movement, and I'm also going to prove to you how much they are contradicting themselves making these videos. But before we dive in, as usual, thank you all so much for being on my channel, for showing me support and love. It's highly, highly appreciated, but I don't want to say too much now because we have a lot to discuss, so stay tuned.
Here's my opinion on the Passport Bros. Like, it's all fun and jokes, right? We can joke about it, like, aha, guys going overseas, whatever case is, right? But in the end, it's like, bro, it's just a scarcity mentality to have. I'm just gonna leave America because these girls don't respect me. No, you don't respect yourself.
That's weak.
You know what I'm saying?
No, wrong. Actually, a man does not respect himself, his own boundaries, and his morals and standards if he gives into the modern Western woman's mindset and behavior without at least trying to do better for himself.
These Tyrones and Pookies are pissed off because men are walking away. Honest, hardworking men are walking away, and now they're going to have to go and pay for their own kids. They're going to have to take care of their own kids, and they don't want to have to take care of their own kids because these men don't want to be stepdaddies anymore, right? They're not going to be step-up daddies anymore. Like, you're not a stepdad, you're a step-up dad. No, that's a stepdaddy. They're not going to be stepdaddies anymore. They're not going to subsidize Tyrone's kids anymore, all right? They're not going to raise Pookie's kids anymore, all right? They're not going to take Poncho's kids to soccer games anymore. They're not doing it anymore. And that's why these men are so pissed off.
These men are so sick and tired of that same behavior they get from these women. You take them on a date, all they do is just be on their phone because they need these stories for Instagram. They are entitled, they overvalue themselves, they don't want to put no effort into the relationship, they're disrespectful. They have a foul mouth. They don't want to be supportive. They don't want to be submissive. Don't even expect that out of a modern Western woman. That's what these men are sick and tired of. These women are not cooperative. They are combative. That's the difference. Which is the reason why these men deciding to go to these other countries, because they know there are women who are raised to be wives. They are beautiful, fit, cooperative, and feminine, and natural. So why not?
Either either you're gonna boss up and make a girl respect you, or she's not, bro.
That's true.
Just because you go into Mexico or Africa or DR, women there are still gonna be women.
Yeah.
Right.
So it doesn't matter whether you're here or somewhere else, bro. If you're not doing what it takes to be a man, she's not gonna respect you.
I think
I wish these people on these podcasts really would stop using these big words such as boss up. Instead of that, elaborate on what they're actually talking about. How is a man supposed to boss up and make a woman respect him? You can't change a woman's mindset. You cannot change her behavior. You can change her actions. And if he's talking about a man having to make a lot of money in order for a modern Western woman to respect him, I'm about to deliver the proof to you that that concept does not always work.
Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. You can do it, you can do it. All that talk you talk, let's do it.
Gavin, shut the up. I ain't like you. I don't need you in the background.
Yo,
talking
chill,
I need to work out.
chill,
I
man.
need to work out without you talking. Go
Shit,
somewhere.
calm
Go
down.
to them.
Yo, chill.
She's standing on the foundation that DJ Khaled built the house on with his money, and she's training with the personal trainer that he is paying for just to talk to him like that. I bet you she wouldn't talk to her personal trainer like that. And that's what I mean. Women always say, I'm going to be feminine if the man has enough money. No, you can't. Either you got it or you don't. You cannot turn your femininity on like a light switch. You can't turn it on when the man has money. If you're masculine and your actions are masculine, if you're disrespectful, sweetheart, then that's just what it is. It doesn't mean that you cannot change that. Of course you can, and that there are ways on how you can actually train your femininity. But you would have to start with the basics. So, no. A man's money will never change a woman to be more feminine.
And you know what's crazy? Most of the girls out here that are aware of the passport bros, they don't give a
yeah, they don't
like they're not looking for those guys anyway, bro. Because the guys that they chasing, they ain't going overseas to find women. Like they here, and that's a small percentage of men that they're going for. So if you want to go overseas to find a girl, go ahead. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they do. They do care a lot, because if they wouldn't care, they wouldn't be triggered. And if they wouldn't be triggered, they wouldn't make any videos. But most likely, every man who decides to leave America to go to another country, he tells women in his environment or makes a post about it somewhere online. This is the reaction that he would most likely get from these women who supposedly do not care.
You see, goddamn, what the hell was that? What the hell was that just now? You know? Modern women are freaking out because they know that their gravy train has come to an end. They know that the rent is due and they can't pay up. They know that Tyrone 10 City is on the horizon and they don't want to go to Tyrone 10 City, but they're going to Tyrone 10 City. And these Ray Rays, Pookies, Enrique's, Miguel's, Quans, Ponchos, they're all headed to Tyrone 10 City. Okay? And these are people who've been running the streets for a very long time, living this type of bad lifestyle. And now they're going to be facing accountability for the first time in their lives, and they don't like it. All of these people are narcissists, just like the baby boomers. These are narcissistic people. They will never admit to what they have done. They will never admit that they are wrong. So don't expect it from them. Guys, to the end of their existence, they will not admit that they are wrong. A lot of Sims who are now walking away from simping, they refuse to repent. They say that the best that you will get out of them is literally them saying that they can't be held accountable for what they did because they weren't in control of themselves. So if this is like, do you see how dumb that is? This is how dangerous these people are. These are people who will never take accountability, and at best you'll get from them a comment that they didn't know any better, or they couldn't be held accountable because they just weren't in control. That's a level of absolute stupidity. That's the kind of stuff that you hear when some thug does something very terrible to someone, and he's now standing before a court, and they're like, "Bro, you just did this to these people," and he's like, "Well, it's not even your first crime," and the lawyer and his defense is like, "Well, I grew up in a rough neighborhood, and I wasn't in control of myself, bro. You knew exactly what you were doing." All right. I know I didn't know what I was doing, bro. You control alt deleted 5 people. How did you not know what you were doing? You took everything they had after you control alt deleted them. All right. You even tried to clean up the crime scene, bro. Well, I wasn't in control. And then he breaks out, and then when they're like, oh, yeah, I got you, little bro, I got you. All right, so we're giving you a life sentence, and then we're giving you 200 years on top of that. You're never coming out of prison, bro. You're gonna spend the rest of your life in prison. And then he starts breaking down in tears and sobbing like a baby, and I'm like, bro, you're a gangster. You're a gangster. You're covered up in tattoos. Like I mean, you destroyed many families, and it's like you don't even care. Like sometimes these gangsters break down in tears, and it's like, I don't understand you, dude. Do you understand what you just did? Like you still like you could have gotten the ultimate punishment. You got off easy. And he's like, I'm gonna spend my life in prison. I'm not gonna see my mama again. Your mama again, bro. Look at what you did. These people are never gonna see life again. All right. I mean, you don't even know that. How do you know reincarnation is real? Get this jerk out of here, guys. This is the reason why I keep on telling you, don't focus on relationships, don't focus on dating, focus on getting your money, focus on getting your crypto game together. All right, because the ATMs are going to stop working, banks are going to chain up the doors, and the only way that you're going to be able to protect your wealth and safeguard your future is going to be with crypto. Definitely go and check out Angry's Crypto Academy, because we teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto, and we'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. So don't miss out on that. The academy is linked in the description of the video, and take action right now, because you can see modern women, they are not prepared for what's coming. They've lived life on easy mode, and this is what's going to happen now. Look at Tyrone. Tyrone is panicking. Pookie is panicking. Ray Ray and Enrique are panicking because there's no more handouts. These are people who did not have to learn how to do anything. These are people who never had to adapt to society, and now they're going to pay for what they have done. Now they're going to experience extraordinary amounts of hardship for what they've done. I mean, it's a sad reality, but they brought it onto themselves, and these are narcissists. So don't even feel sorry for these really bad people.
There's also something else that I have noticed about a lot of modern Western nowadays, especially on the internet. They love to hate and they hate to congratulate. That has caught my attention. So when you have a foreign woman celebrating a man from the US on a daily basis, or just here and there on her social media platform, they hate it. They're talking about, oh girl, you can go ahead and have that problem. We didn't want him. Take our trash. These women actually go ahead and celebrate it when a man is having a bad experience somewhere in the Dominican Republic or in Thailand. If he gets poisoned, scammed, beat up, something, they're celebrating it. Talking about, oh girl, I told you he's not man enough. Look at him now, laying all up in the hospital looking stupid on social media. That's how these women talk. And of course, I am personally not surprised that these men are leaving these countries and trying to get away from all this negativity. Life's too short to be around negative women.
Dating black women in America is too hard for him, so he needs to go out of the country and take his business elsewhere, because the women here are taking advantage of him and we ain't worth nothing no way. So he's got to go get it elsewhere. It has been absolutely hilarious. I wish I could find the video, but I'm sure y'all have seen it. Video of this dude, I think he was in the Dominican Republic, literally saying that back in the day, you could come down here and you would not have to spend a lot of money to get girls' attention. You wouldn't have to spend that much money to court her and whatnot. And now that there have been all of these, an influx of men coming to the Dominican Republic and spending money on them, now they're starting to cost more. He's literally complaining about inflation on women. It has now become too much money for you. Even in the Dominican Republic, you don't have enough money. Is that?
No, that is not it. Actually, it is toxic feminism that is affecting weak-minded women all over the planet. So you can actually go to Greece, you can go to Turkey, you can come to Germany, go to Poland or wherever. You will find women who expect the man to put 100% effort into the relationship, all of his financial resources, without them having to do much in return. You will find these women everywhere, but still there are a good amount of women all over the planet who are willing to work with the man instead of working against the man. But here's the thing, a man who is 35, 45, or even 50 years old, who has financial resources, who is somewhat fit, he will still be able to leave the country, go somewhere else in order to find a partner. Women, on the other hand, they will not be able to do the same. No man from other countries are checking for a modern Western woman who is 45 years old looking for a husband. Matter of fact, it doesn't even look right. So why not actually try to be more feminine in your prime instead of ending up single, bitter, most of them even broke when they're turning 35, 36, 37? Just take me as an example. I was in my prime when I met my husband. I was 18 years old. My sexual marketplace value was literally on 10. I'm saying this because I know this sounds kind of stuck up, but my husband always says I was the hottest thing around. So, and that's what I mean. But I was humble. I was not stuck up. I didn't say, oh, I am just too good for the average working class man, because that's what my husband is. You know, we're not millionaires, but you have all these regular women, these 5s and 6s running around thinking they're 10s because of social media and simps in their comment section thinking they're too good for the average working class man. When the majority of us are average, but that's what they seem to forget. But those high value men, they're not nowhere to be found either.
Let me just make this very clear. So when everything starts crashing down now, because it's crashing, you're gonna have a lot of these women as they're heading off to Tyrone, Tent City, talking a lot of jazz on smartphones, making videos on. I don't even know if TikTok's still gonna be around. Making videos on social media, going after women like Soraya, going after specifically Soraya, lashing out because these men are walking away and showing just how little they actually like men in Western society. Most women don't like most men. It's a sad and painful reality. It's a harsh reality that we have to live in, but it's a reality that we live in nonetheless. So they're going to be lashing out at people like Soraya. They're going to be lashing out exactly as Soraya because you're already. I mean, look at them. They're lashing out at cooking with Kaya just because she knows how to cook a plate of food for men, and serve a man and wants to serve men, and it's going to it's going to it's going to be nasty because women like Soraya are basically living decent lives. Soraya's over in Germany. Soraya has a man. Soraya has a roof over her head. Soraya has a job. Soraya's getting her money. She's been building up her business, building up her brand for the last couple of years, just like me. So I mean, it's not she's not going to be hurting. These women are the ones who are going to be struggling and with poverty, and it doesn't take much for someone like Soraya to clap back at them. And trust me, I've seen her clap back. And it's going to be women all over the world that are taking these men that women have been putting down and bashing. You know, they're going to basically experience clapback. They're going to, the women in Western society are going to experience clapback from these women. The women around the world are going to clap back at all of these women who are putting them down. All of these women that are, coming after them. That women overseas are going to clap back at all the women who are putting them down, and it's going to be rough. It's really going to be rough, and it's going to be nasty. And these women are going to break down into tears and play victims and act like they're victims. As bro, like you went after these women overseas. How many of these women, especially when it comes to African American women, how many of these women overseas, like all they do is just like grab their hair and start tugging on their hair, and they're like, "Look, see that, ladies? This is real hair right here. This is real hair right here. Right? You wish you could buy this and put this on your own head. All right? You wish that you could make this into weave. This is real hair right here. All right? It grows. Look how long and beautiful that is. All right? You're using all of these toxic chemicals in there. I use a little coconut oil, and I've got sheen like this. I've got shine like this. I'm serious because we all know that if there's one thing that an African American woman is sensitive about, it's her hair. Something is absolutely weird about American women. It's not just African American women. It's American women in general, regardless if they're African American or white. Or it's like there's something strange going on when it comes to hair because you can go to Africa and you have women over there who have long hair and they're living in the bush. You can go to Eastern European countries and you have white women who have long, luscious hair. And then you come to America and our women, they don't have any hair. It doesn't matter if they're white or black. They're just like they don't have hair, and it has to be something to do with with their health, the way they live, the way that they live their lives, and the cosmetics industry, like a combination of all of these things. Because if you look at modern women, they are aging rapidly, and they're just not healthy. These people are not healthy, and of course, why would men want to have children with people who are not healthy? Like, as a man, we are designed to choose. We are designed as men to choose from the very best, from the very best that's available. So we want we want someone who's has the best reproductive value, which is something Soraya just talked about. That when she was at 18, her market value was at the highest. And the reason why men prioritize youth is because we want someone with the best reproductive value, someone that is going to be able to take care of our children, have beautiful children, that's going to be able to nurture those children, someone that's going to have optimal health. So, of course, when women are like now 37 years old and they're demanding a man and saying that they also deserve a millionaire, men are looking at them side eyed like, why would I want a relationship with you? You know, I mean, both of why if I'm 40, why am I going to marry a 40-year-old that can't have children or is going to struggle to have children? Why am I going to get involved with someone like that? You know? That makes literally no sense to me. I want to marry the 20-year. I want to be in a relationship with the 20-year-old woman who's going to have high reproductive value, who's going to be able to have my children. You know, I shake my head on it. But it's the truth. Modern women don't understand that men, why am I going to get into a relationship with a woman who's now older and both of us are old? And if we were to have children, by the time the children are like, by the time I'm 60 years old, my kids are if we're lucky, just entering into college. If I, like think about it logically, I'm 40, my wife is 40, and by the time we're both 60 years old, if we're lucky, our kids are just now entering into college or, just beginning to become independent. But, they're still idiots. We still have to be there for them for at least the next 20 or 30 years. And it's like that's just not going to happen. At least even if we're still around, we'll be very old and we can't help them. So I need someone who's younger than I am, so that even if I'm not around anymore, or I'm so old that I can't even wipe my own butt anymore, my wife can be there to take care of our children. Like women are so deep in their masculine energy right now that they're no longer reasonable or rational when it comes to having children. I look at someone like Hoda from the Today Show. Someone's like 60 years old and she has like two little girls. I think she adopted some little girls. I think it's multiple girls. I think she has multiple little girls, but she adopted children and she's like 60 years old right now. I believe she retired recently or announced her retirement. I don't know if it happened yet. Maybe it did. And it's like, oh, being able to take your children to school, walk your kids to school every day. And it's kind of sad. Like, bro, you're 60 years old and your kids are like what, like 10 maybe? It's like, you'll be 70 years old when they're entering into college or getting a right around college age. Like, use your head a little bit, you know? Or you'll be 70 years old when they're in high school? Oh my gosh. You and your partner? Like, what are you leaving to those kids? They need their parents in the long term. It's narcissism. And you know what? It's like, on one hand, she's wealthy, she can give those kids a good life, and I'm sure she's doing her best to be a good mother. But on the other hand, she's robbing those children of parents. She's robbing them of parents because you're going to need your parents over the course of your life. What are you really doing at 65 years old? What, going to soccer games? You trying, taking you're 65 years old, bro. Say, like, at 65, what are you doing? And of course, they don't care because when it comes to modern women, just like with the baby boomers, it's all about me, 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 and what can you do for me? Not the other way around. They don't. That's the boomers. The truth about the boomers is the boomers never loved their kids. Let's like get that out of the way right now. The boomers never loved their kids, and their kids were unwanted. I'm a child of the boomers. All right. And the boomers never loved us. And there are people who are like, "Oh, speak for yourself." All right, my mommy and my daddy loved me. Yeah, most of our parents did not like us and did not want us. All right, and that's why they're like in full on panic mode right now because they know that hard times are here. They know that their wicked actions. Most of them did very very wicked things, very very wicked things, very very evil things, and now consequences are here, and they don't want to They don't want to. They basically don't want to face up to those consequences. They don't want to face the consequences. They don't want to face hard times because they've only known good times. They want the gravy train to continue on. They want men to continue giving them handouts, and it's really really it's very sad. I think it's sad, and I think it's absolutely pathetic. But it's like don't expect anything to change anytime soon because you're dealing with a generation of absolute and utter narcissists. When you have people who are given everything, when you have people who are given everything, handed everything, they're never going to change because they're going to do is just try to gaslight. I mean, right now the boomers are coming at me, and it's like, bro, don't come at me with that energy because I'll clap back. Like, guys, they don't. We're gonna see the biggest transfer of wealth with crypto, and that's why I keep on saying your focus shouldn't be on relationships or dating. Your focus should be on your money, getting right with God, and getting your crypto. Let me ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom. It's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now. So I was talking to you about the whole narcissistic thing. I was talking to you about the crybaby boomers, and guys, I told you they're all panicking right now. This is just an example of how women are going to panic because I talk about how boomers destroyed society. Modern women have facilitated the destruction within Western society. Check out this comment from a boomer or one of their supporters, Angry Sama, and this was on my video. The baby boomers are plotting to leave their kids with nothing, where I talked about all the horrible things that the boomers have done. Spencer wrote in, Angry Sama. I told you I have 60-year-olds calling me Angry Sama after the wickedness and evil that they've done. Angry Sama, I don't want to come off blunt or anything, but do you forgive your enemies? I don't forgive my enemies. Do you forgive your enemies and those that have wronged you in your life and move on and not let the bitter weight weigh in on your soul as you're in a relationship with Christ? I'm not saying you have to take warm showers with them, but forgive, learn, and move on and find more peace in your life instead of holding on to the bitterness and hurt. With respect to you, sir. So there you guys have it. They bring up Christ, and basically, if I want to have a proper relationship with God, then I must forgive them, forget, and move on, and stop talking about the evils that they've done and continue to do. So let me make this clear. My concept of forgiveness is I don't come and get you. If I don't come and get you, that's my idea of forgiveness, all right? It doesn't mean that I'll ever forget what you've done to me. It doesn't mean that the pain will go away. It doesn't mean that I won't push for you to be held accountable for what you've done. Okay? You see, when they talk about forgiveness, what they're saying is that they will not be held accountable. That's the concept. The boomers have a debt to society. They owe society for what they've done. They need to be held accountable. Modern women have a debt to society. They need to be held accountable. They do not want to be held accountable, however, and this is the reason why we are now heading into this terrible situation where many of them are going to find themselves in Tyrone, Tent City, and Tyrone, Tent City is a miserable place to be because Tyrone is, Tyrone is the king of Tent City. When he is hungry, he is going to eat. When he is thirsty, he is going to drink. When he wants some loving, he's going to get some loving because he is the king of Tent City and he's going to rule Tent City with an iron fist. They want to avoid accountability. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to face consequences. This is the thing with the boomers. They don't want to be held because they're narcissists. All of these people are narcissists. They don't want to be accountable for what they've done. They don't want people to talk about how bad they've screwed everyone over. They don't want you to show evidence and show receipts. They want to blame others. This is how these people absolutely operate. It's a sad reality. It's an absolutely sad reality. And I don't know. I really, really don't know what to say. It's no wonder that men are walking away from dating and relationships and instead focusing on getting their money and their relationship with Christ. And modern women have no real recourse for this. That's the reason why, this is why women will want men arrested for leaving them broke and homeless. This is the reason why women are panicking because men are walking away and they want to stop these men and punish these men. All right. And call these men all kinds of terrible names. And think about this carefully. Some of these men, when they go overseas, something bad happens. Most of the time, nothing. But let's say if they go overseas and they end up getting deleted or they end up having issues in these other countries, they celebrate it. And then these are the people who are like, these are the people who are like, well, if you would step your game up, then we would actually want you. These are our enemies. These are our enemies, guys. Let me know what you guys think regarding all of this. Women will want men arrested for leaving them broken, homeless. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.